Okay, dearest friends and family, brothers and sisters, your brother, your friend, me, Haji, Dr. Ocean Khan in the RAW.RKs Guyana Free Media, bringing information, politics, science, health, productivity, news-bearing situations, sicknesses, criminalities, and so forth, bringing you information that is required in the country of Guyana. I'm praying and blessing our new government, particularly our President, His Excellency, Dr. Irfan Ali, for the victory to the polls and for the great responsibility he has with his Vice President, Dr. Mark Jagdeo, and his Prime Minister, Mark Phillips, the Brigadier, retired man of power, and all his other powerful ministers working to bring development and to end the evil conspiracies to spend out our monies and to try to make money and to support and to help our family. I say congratulations to the government of Guyana for having been the victors and to try to create ways and means that in some way you can use the skills and the talents of the now opposition, hoping that they will not use any opportunity to blackmail or to disaffect your government. You have to try to include them, but not too wholesale. You have to be somewhat cautious because they might use any situations clandestinely, internecinely, to try to affect you and to expose things that don't need to be exposed unnecessarily. But if you think you can come to a good logical understanding and where you can work to bring about development of the Guyana together, then fine. What ExxonMobil is doing with Payara is what it did to Trotman in 2016. This is by Christopher Ram, Wednesday, August 19, and this recording is on the 20th of August. This newspaper is from the 19 Kaicho News. I'm going to read this article to you, ladies and gentlemen, because usually articles from men like Christopher Ram and most times from Freddie Kissoon are very pertinent and good for us. I'm going to read now. Anti-corruption advocate Christopher Ram last evening pointed out that what ExxonMobil is currently attempting to do with the Payara project is what it did to the former Minister of Natural Resources, Raphael Trotman, when it pressured him into signing away a contract with unfair terms against expert advice and with little negotiation. And some people believe there were other means as well, friends and families, ladies and gentlemen. I recall when he returned and it was known that he was the minister, the man was like walking on the ozone layer in the heavens. He was walking and floating in air. Things have changed. Back to the article, ladies and gentlemen. The attorney at law made these comments on the first edition of Kaicho News, Cast Show Corruption, Governance and Justice, hosted by Kiana Wilberg. We know that Exxon bullied Trotman and the APNU government, and they incompetently allowed themselves to be bullied, Ram told Wilberg. But like I said, we are understanding that there were other connotations and realities involved at various levels, ladies and gentlemen. Back to the article. He said that the best spin one could put on that situation, avoiding the specter of corruption, is that there was gross incompetence on the part of Trotman and the APNU and AFC government. He's saying terrible incompetence on their part and then trying to avoid the possibility of corruption. Trying to avoid the possibility of corruption. And he's trying to be kind of a brilliant journalist here by giving incompetence more of the recognition over corruption. Back to the article. Global Witness had published a report earlier this year confirming the reporter of this newspaper over several years that the Stabroek Block Agreement is lopsided and will result in significant leakage for Guyana. They said over $60 billion will be leaked out of our hands, ladies and gentlemen, that could put us on the highest plane of development and growth and make us one of the most successful and richest countries in the world. The anti-corruption watchdog said that Trotman signed in the way of 6.6 million acres of Guyana's patrimony. It means our inheritance, ladies and gentlemen, was done on a lavish Exxon-paid trip to Texas headquarters. That is where he and the team was fed, and they were given champagne and best hotels and trips, and can't believe that such people would mislead you. They said on a lavish Exxon-paid trip to its Texas headquarters, its findings were so concerning that it recommended an investigation into the circumstances surrounding the award. He's speaking about global witness, ladies and gentlemen. A renegotiation of the terms. The non-governmental organization even reiterated its recommendations recently. I read that article to you already, ladies and gentlemen. This time around, ExxonMobil is pressuring the newly installed PPPC government to grant swift approval for Payara, its third intended development in the Stabroek block. Please, Government of Guyana, this is the patrimony, the inheritance from God to us. We have to protect our resources. I know you, PPPC government, you cannot be bullied. You will hold until all the others are negotiated and we get a proper signing bonus. The multinational has attempted to convince Guyana that it will lose out on billions if it takes time to properly review the field development plan for Payara, and that there are weather conditions that could hurt sound investment. Capitalistic conspiracy of evil to control and enslave us and our resources, friends and family, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, I am not blaming the oil giant ExxonMobil. They're doing the best they can for their company and their shareholders. You, the government of Guyana, should look out for your citizens and for your re-election and re-election for the next 100 years and for our citizens forever into the future. Now we don't have winter in Guyana, Ram said. It is not like they had to have it because the weather would have changed in 2016. The tide is not going to change. So it was really a repetition of what they succeeded with in the case of Trotman and the overfeeding and the overeating and the lavish trip and the champagnes and God in heavens know what else. Because Trotman fell for Exxon's ploy in 2016, how the government, ladies and gentlemen, could have sent that man, not a famous lawyer, one man alone, unless there was something else involving the entire leadership of the APNU AFC. Back to the article. Because Trotman fell for Exxon's ploy in 2016, Guyana is stuck with a very onerous contract. According to Ram, one that the oil major and his partners continue to boast about. His view is that the contract riddled with illegality and lopsidedness should be renegotiated. I agree with that. They, Exxon, and the shareholders must make money, and so must Guyana make money, and our people must benefit because they're boasting about it, technically saying how stupid our negotiators and our then government was. Back to the article. Of Exxon, Ram said, you know everything what you were doing, and you took advantage of the gullible APNU AFC administration. So that's why I'm not blaming them. In any negotiation, when you realize that the other side is weak, you take advantage of it, including treaties, to end wars, or to erect borders. You always take advantage of the weak ones, and in this case, APNU AFC was either weak and sold us out for big bucks, just as how the 18 million was hidden from our eyes, friends and families, ladies and gentlemen, in the same manner. They are trying now to get the Payara project gone, but I know they can't make that with President Dr. Irfan Ali, with VP Dr. Baba Jagdeo, with Brigadier Mark Phillips, with Infrastructure Minister, the giant, another strong man, Bishop Ejil, and all the other powerful ministers that this government was bequeathed with by inspiration from the Creator and Lord. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. The lawyer told Wilberg that there is an opportunity now for President Irfan Ali to persuade Exxon and its partners that the contract as it is cannot stand and to correct its deficits. So hold on that license. Don't sign away our patrimony. Don't lose your elegance. Don't lose the respect of the world. If you can have the contracts renegotiated and the signing bonus increased drastically like what they had in Suriname, and instead of 2%, we get the percentage like what Suriname is getting and other great countries. The lawyer said, Wilberg, that there is an opportunity now for President Irfan Ali to persuade Exxon and its partners that the contract as it is cannot stand and to correct its deficits. I'm repeating for emphasis. Ram said that despite the contributions of the US and other sections of the international community in protecting Guyana's democracy over the last 5 months, Guyana must say that it reserves the right to not be rushed and to undertake a proper review of the contract and the Payara FDP. They cannot appear, he stated, to be totally insensitive to Guyana, and they're hoping that good sense will prevail. Friends and families, this is what I was telling you. I had to read this article in its entirety by Christopher Ram. The man speaks well, and the man speaks sense. And so I'm appealing to the government of Guyana, the PPPC government of Guyana, who definitely will prove to be extraordinary administrators and managers of our resources, and to give opportunities to our people. And instead of what was done by the previous government, setting kickbacks and systems to fatten themselves, help our people with some subsidies so that they could eat and they could live, and to take it easy for the time being with wanting to give increases where the money come from. If there's a problem in the economy, and the economy has flattened out because of poor management, and the previous government not wanting to hand over power, and COVID-19 distresses, and the economy is flattened out, where the money will come from to give increases? When? You have to have some patience. Increases are good. Paper money without a drop in the cost of living is useless. I repeat, paper money with a lot of numbers on it, giving so much percent increase, will only cause companies and businesses to raise their prices, including vegetables and oil and foodstuff and milk. Everything will increase. And you don't have money in your coffers already to run the government. My aim is this, as you're raising some money internationally, is to give some vouchers to Guyanese who are in need, and you can know that very easily. You know who are the lower earning people, and businesses to get some kind of a stimulus package somewhere along the line so that they could redevelop their business. You cannot want the businesses to find money now to pay people like us who are contractors. And for you, government, your treasury is empty. Where will you find the money from? Your friend, your brother, me, Haji, Dr. Ocean Can, say thank you for listening. And tell your friends and families and your brothers and sisters in the government to listen to this wonderful article, advising them, my friends in government, that we pray for and we wish for to be easy and to look out for their people, unlike what was done by the previous government, who were more interested in spending the resources and the energies and giving away our lands and properties to acquire personal wealth and also to make money and flatten out our economy in the process and put us in a state of total bankruptcy. Your friend, your brother, me, Haji, Dr. Ocean Can, say thank you and farewell, friends.